Shout out to Sakurama on Twitch for giving me this footage so that I can actually talk about these problems, because I never actually got to play the demo, but Honkai Star Rail definitely has my attention. So thank you for Sakurama for giving me the footage. Their opinions are not reflected in this video. These are all my opinions, but this is their footage. So check them out on Twitch. So I've been talking about a lot of stuff. I've been looking at things on Honkai Star Rail, and you know, it looks good. There's a lot of different things in its menus. It honestly mainly reminds me a lot of Genshin, but Genshin's systems did have its place, so I can see why they would have that in the area. Okay, can we talk about the combat here? Because I think there's a bit of a problem here. So in my pursuit to actually find a lot of gameplay for this game, I only found one real problem, and again, that is the combat of the game. I really dislike what they're doing with the combat here, and that is basically the fact that they are going with the Raid Shadow Legends approach of fighting things. Now, for a turn-based RPG, that can be really fun when you have characters with multiple moves, being able to develop very complex strategies. And depending on whatever enemy you're using, depending on what moves each character has, they can be good for the fight, they can be bad for the fight, but overall, they have a lot of moves that you can pick from in order to use them effectively. This game doesn't have that. This game seems to have them have one regular attack, one special, and one ultimate. Now, granted, you have a bar at the bottom that allows you to actually limit how many special attacks you have, but even then, that leads to even less creative freedom. I just think the creative freedom in the combos in this game is going to be really not good because of the limited amount of moves each character is allowed to have. As you can see in the footage, a lot of the things are being repeated. You know, one person's boosting stats, another person's healing, two people are attacking, and that's really it. I mean, maybe the healers also attack because they don't need to heal right now, but as soon as they need to heal back up, she can go over and just use her healing, and that's all they're good for. They don't have any status they don't have any status moves, they don't have any buffs or debuffs on the enemies. That goes to the other character, which doesn't do anything else than put status moves on you. They have a lot of I just don't like the fact that it's doing this. It takes the Raid Shadow Legends approach, or like the Tales of Crestoria approach, where it's a very simplified system. I think that's just gonna hurt the game in the long run, because as you know, it is a gacha game. It's a MiHoYo game. Obviously, it's going to be a gacha game. This gacha game is going to have characters that'll have one move, one ultimate, and one standard attack, of which is generally similar between each character. Now, the problem comes in the fact that games like Genshin already have a problem with character similarity. Have characters that power creep each other, have characters with one move that can be overly complex, have characters with moves that seem very similar to each other and serve very similar purposes. In this game, I just see that getting worse. Because, again, if you have a character with one move, what's going to be the difference between the character that heals and the character that heals? Either that, or you have someone with a move that has a character that will heal and then also use the stat boost as their ultimate. Why wouldn't you use them instead of just the healer? If the other healer had, say, speed buffs and the second healer had like attack buffs, I would see why you would use them separately. But with this system, you can't have that because you don't have multiple moves. You have one move and one ultimate. So that's the biggest deal I have with this whole game. I just don't think they thought of the system very well. And yeah, it's been relatively popular in terms of MMOs, and thankfully, MiHoYo has things like ZZZ, which are coming out as well, which should also lead to more action RPGs, and they have been far more creative and outgoing with their gacha games than most of the companies that have gacha games. The only other games that I would recommend for things like gacha would be Nintendo, having relatively pretty good gacha games with Dragalia Lost and Pokemon Masters EX. But yeah, if the combat system stays like this, let's be fair, it's probably going to stay like this due to the fact that it's just, yeah, I don't see them reworking the entire system. I don't see them reworking the entire whole system. Yo, I'll look at this. They're already repeating moves and everything else. It's been, how many times have I seen that healing move? Like 2, 3 times now? Same healing move, because it's the same thing on the same team. In a super, like, you know, in a really great and fantastical RPG, I feel like the moves wouldn't be repeated as much, because you would have to use different moves for different scenarios, assessing the situation and using it easily. In this game, I feel like the game's going to be too simple to be fun. I feel like it's going to be mainly about level grinding, of which you can say things like Genshin and everything else is about level grinding. But in Genshin, you also have things like movement and switching and things like charge moves and normal moves and your ultimate and your special as well, and your special move as well. With that, you have a ton more options that you can use. You can run away, you can try to go in, use a move, and then switch to another character to do another move. Here, you don't have that freedom. It just won't let you. Feel like, even if they like buff characters, because I know they're gonna have characters that are power creep these characters, and either these characters could be buffed. They're not gonna remake the entire system, and if it stays like this, I have a feeling this game will be like the black sheep of the Hoyo games. Because when I think of like Honkai Impact 3rd and Genshin Impact, those are extremely fun. But no, I see this game and I'm like, the exploration will be neat. Everything else will be neat. A lot of it is taken from Genshin again, which good. Genshin is a really good system. Other than like, you know, expenses, but that's a whole other argument. Yeah. Other than that, this is the main thing that I have a problem with for this whole combat system in Honkai Star Rail. Now, is people gonna have it? Is it gonna have its audience? Definitely. Is it going to be really popular? Absolutely. A lot of the hype for these games is. I've seen quite a bit of hype for Star Rail and ZZZ, so I think this game is definitely going to be a popular one. But at the same time, it's just gonna bring the cycle of bringing these relatively mediocre RPGs into gacha games, and a lot of things like mobile or PC or other gacha games will follow this kind of format, and it's just not gonna be. It won't be fun. They won't be fun. But yeah, that's my main gripes with the combat system for Honkai Star Rail. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you have any thoughts? Do you think I got something wrong? Because to be fair, my opinion is not the word of law. If you did, put those in the comments below. I don't typically ask for this, but I'm gonna try again in this video. Like, comment, and subscribe on this vid for more vids very similar to it. I am working on a bigger projects as well, but there's gonna be more stuff on game discussion and news like this, and I definitely want to continue doing this kind of content. So please let me know if you want it. And yeah, I'll see everybody next time. Bye.